Hello, Galerius Smite League. Welcome to the last upper division game of game week 2, Pikachu eSports versus Kittens. I'm your host, Lockie. I'm here with Omega. How are you doing today, Omega?
Hey, I'm all right. Yeah, looking forward to the game. I've heard that Pikachu are pretty good. So really looking forward to watching this game.
Yeah, absolutely. Pikachu eSports, the only team from game week 1 to get a decisive 2-0 victory. So yeah, definitely looking like the strongest team based on game one's results. As we go into picks and bans, a lot of big names on both of these teams. Some fan favorites, shall we say? Hell ban coming out from Kittens. Nothing too out of the ordinary. One interesting thing about her was that different teams prioritize her. You saw in the set at sort of 3 o'clock today, neither team even bothered to pick her or ban.
Yeah, personally, I feel like Hell is a bit of a weird one. I think it's pretty split. I think 50% of people absolutely love her, absolutely rate her. The other 50 just don't think about her. They just don't care, and don't really think that she's one of the best gods. So yeah, she's definitely an interesting one. So like you've seen earlier today, no one picked her, no one banned her. Now they're first banning her. So yeah, it looks like it's going to be one of those which they're definitely
I will
interested in
spread
banning.
night across
Yeah,
this
definitely. And
battlefield.
Nox getting first picked again. One of probably the top 2 supports in the game, up there with Yamoja and maybe you could argue Terra as well. We see Afro and Horus band away. 2 picks not necessarily top band very much, but Hachiman, the most played god in GSL, is picked in for Pikachu eSports and a Guan Yu hover. That's a very scary top 2. But granted, Nox has quite a good matchup into Guan Yu, so interesting to see how that fares out. Kittington did have a very good game on Nox, but it is actually Fapid subbing in the support role for Kittens.
Yeah,
You will
I mean, I
regret
think
getting
Nox
in
does
my
really well
way.
into Guan Yu. Obviously, they're going to pick up the Hachi. I was a bit shocked that they actually top picked Nox, if I was right on that.
Yeah.
Um, but not picking the Hachi. You know, if they want the Nox, they might have an absolutely
It
cracked
is
support. We'll
time for
find
some
out.
fireworks!
But we've also seen some Rama and a Baba, which is also interesting. I mean, Rama's definitely one of the best ADCs right now. Not too sure on Baba. I think very good, still very good, but there were also a lot of other options. So
One
definitely interesting.
interesting thing about Rama is that he's actually only got a 31% win rate in GSL. But granted, most of the time he's probably laning against a Hachi man. So,
Yeah.
um, make that what you will. I think Rama's still one of the top ADCs
Take a
in the game
moment
at the
to
moment. As we
reflect.
see the E Shell pick up in the third spot. Uh, we had a we saw a bit of E Shell in the last set. Iron 4 went a little bit crazy on it. Went undying 8-0 with a ton of damage and a ton of healing. What do you think of Ishao?
What do I rate? What do I think of Ishao? Honestly, I don't have much of an opinion of Ishao. I didn't think she was particularly too good. I thought she was good, but wasn't absolutely cracked. But I've seen a lot of Ishao being picked up recently, and I think a lot of people underestimate the amount of damage she can do. So I might be wrong on that, but well, I'll just have to see
Well,
this game prove me wrong.
I was proven wrong in our last set. I thought she was the worst god in the game. But
Exactly.
we move. You
Yeah.
mentioned from Pikachu Esports. A little bit
Behold,
surprised to see it go
Yemoja's
through this
fury!
far in the draft. Kitskins choosing to take away the Bakasura and Terra over the Emoja. So maybe valuing sort of different picks for specifically for their comp. Emoja brings a lot of pressure in that duo lane. Paired with Hachi, it's gonna be probably in a very aggressive duo lane into this Rama Nox. They
I'm
might
coming for
struggle
you,
potentially in
laddie!
the early game.
Oh, that's an interesting pick, Cullen. Right, I was just thinking that. I genuinely thought Pikachu kind of ruined it because I would have thought they should have banned Sun Wukong. because I thought he does really well into Guan Yu, does really well into
This
kind
is
of
a
everyone
bloody
in their team.
business.
But
Shall
they
we get to it
picked up a
then?
Cullen, and the only reason I can think they might pick up a Cullen is the amount of anti-heal can provide against, I mean, the Guan Yu, the E Shao, and the Emoja. So, an interesting pick, I would say. Yeah, again, I'll just have to see how it goes. But I like the Susanoo pick. Let's go. Gotta love that god.
That's a little bit spicy. We don't know where the E-Shell is going then. Maybe it's a E-Shell jungle.
And yeah,
Or maybe
I think it's a
solo
Hachi.
potentially. We did see a
Hachi.
Hunter in the solo lane in our last set. I'm not sure.
Okay, I would. I. Mm, I think it's a Hachi. I'm calling it Hachi jungle.
Hachi jungle, right? Okay.
Yeah, it's a Hachi jungle.
That's a little wild, but it could
It's a
be.
spicy. It's spicy, but I mean, I can't imagine anything else. Really. Oh, that's
One
yeah.
thing about Susanoo, he's been picked up a hell of a lot in these last few weeks.
Yeah.
And one of the most played junglers, in fact. Only the 16% win rate. It's actually the lowest win rate of all gods in GSL outside of, the 1 game, 2 games, 0%.
16.
16%
I
with
can't
12
believe
games
that.
played.
Where is he being played though?
I don't know. I don't have that
I can't
statistic
believe
for you,
that.
but
Respect to the Susanoo. I love that god. He deserves
very, very
more.
strong. But clearly, maybe not so good as everyone thinks, potentially. But who knows? Yeah, this double ADC comp from Pikachu. Definitely very strong. Definitely going to be really strong around objectives. Going to be able to burn that really, really quick. Hachiman is obviously an ADC with Heavenly Banner, providing his team with the extra attack speed. Guan Yu with the Prot Shred. Xernanos with the Prot Shred. Do you think Kittens have the ability to sort of counteract this objective pressure that Pikachu's draft have?
I mean, they don't. Oh. Going off a few of the ultimates, they've got the Rama ult for a nice steal. They've got the Susanoo ult for a nice steal. They've got the Babber ult, which isn't particularly amazing for steal. But I mean, I don't see that Pikachu eSports particularly have anything to kind of burst, but they can definitely absolutely shred something. They can shred objectives, but they can't. I see a lot of Susanoo ults kind of securing objectives here. If this was me.
Yeah, I think Pikachu eSports definitely have the burn in their composition, but obviously lacking the secure, which Kittens definitely have a better secure as we do go into game number 1. It's going to be an interesting one. I think there's a lot of pressure on Pikachu, or coming from Pikachu's draft in the early game. So it'd be interesting to see how they like to leverage that. And as we actually see, it is an E-Shell jungle. Hachiman mid.
Right.
It's an interesting one.
No, wait, what?
E-Shell jungle. Yeah, so I'm gonna say that.
Well, they've both picked up speed.
They have both.
Oh, what is going on here?
Or as Maestro DC's falling very, very low. I7 and Demon went for the invade. Oh, and Nereus falls down to Varus. First blood in the mid lane already. 46 seconds into the game. Aggression all over the board. Maestro and Fapid's very, very low, but so is Demon. Unfortunate first blood there for Nereus. Very, very early on. Action-packed everywhere. Maestro needs to be careful here. Potentially getting caught out, but no. Is into the safety of his tower again. Oof. A quick start to the game.
Yeah, I was kind of gutted. He was so fast in both mid and ADC. We didn't really get to see either one. But what on earth happened? I have no clue.
Yeah,
What happened in mid? How can a
I'm
Susanoo
guessing
die?
E-Shell hit her 3 and then hit the rest of her kit, and Nereus
Yeah.
died. As Varus is looking to get active on the Duro side as well. Maestro needs to be careful here. Very low. Does get the root, but I don't think it's going to be quite enough damage. Oh, the shell comes out, and good rotation in
Oh
from
wow.
Chuck. He's able to pick up Demon, and
Well,
the chase is on for this Nox. Oh, sorry, Yamoja even. But Maestro again, really low, dodging out Varus. If he hits that root, likely will fall. Varus is able to get the blind, but Chuck pushes Varus back in. Super low. Chuck is able to finish off the kill onto Varus with the help of his support, Vapids. Yeah, good little turnaround there from Kittens. Looks like sort of a failed gank from Pikachu eSports, but yeah, Chuck able to come in, clean up a few kills.
yeah, I was really good by Chuck. I mean, I think down to what either the Susanoo playing his abilities off really well, or Chuck Varus panic beating. He uses beads a bit too early to predict the Susanoo pull. You know, it happens to all of us. But yeah, that man just got burst down. That is Susanoo for you.
Oh, Maestro falling equally as low. This Rama is playing this game on a knife's edge. Although Varus is able to get the blue buff invade, so small win there. And looks like he is going to be able to secure his own blue buff as well, unless Chuck has anything to say about it. But as we do see a pause. Um,
The suspense is real, surely. That man is
so-
looking at the blue.
yeah, gonna have to wait and see. I think we're gonna cut to a short. No, we're not gonna cut to a short break.
He got it.
He Chuck did get the blue buff. Incredible. Maestro still hasn't backed. My man is playing like right with 1 HP.
Oh, he's back in. Wimp. He's had to back at some point. He's got back there.
Yeah, well, it's gold sort of pretty much the same now. First blood gold bonus sort of has just disappeared now that well, Chuck got that double kill on the duo lane. What do you sort of expect from these two teams over the next few minutes? Do you think, you know, aggression in any certain lanes, anything like that?
Well, if I was going to say anything, I would imagine just for Pikachu eSports to farm. But that is not what's been happening. They have two ADC, mage, jungler. I would have said just farm. Just farm until late game and just burst them down there. But they don't want to. It does not look like they want to. So, you know, they do what they want. I'll keep my mouth shut.
Fair enough. Yeah, we do anything sort of special in the builds? Do we see anything too crazy? We do see the bluestone from Cullen, which maybe a starter item that we maybe fallen out of favor recently. Haven't seen too much of that item outside of maybe like King Arthur. Any reason do you think why I would go that over Warding Sigil or Axe?
Who's that on? Cullen.
Yeah.
The bluestone. No. Honestly, I don't know why he's got bluestone. Honestly, I probably would have gone tainted steel. I mean, the Emoja, the eShell,
good
the
engage from
Hachi.
Chuck. Big double ult, but PC Clutter is chasing down Susanoo so low. But here is Nereus going a little bit crazy silly with the hot dogs and is able to get the kill onto PC Colada. Big kill onto the Hachi man. Very strong god. Important to keep that god down.
Yeah, that was a close call for Susanoo. Definitely, he just got out by the skin of his teeth with that Hachi ult, and then he got hit by the flag as well. And you could, I don't know, is it lucky? Not really. I mean, Kittens really did a good job kind of engaging on that, I think. Making sure that he can get out and making sure they can get something from it. So, yeah, really good play by them.
Yeah, it was a good little turnaround there, and Chuck with the very good ultimate.
What is up with the suspenses? We got a gank in mid lane. Oh no, Hachi.
Yeah, we are going to head to a little break here due to a DC, but we'll be back with you very shortly. Welcome back. We are back after the short break, and nothing really changing so far. Uh, both teams pretty even in gold and in XP across the board. Um, I'd like to see Pikachu eSports maybe look for like an early gold fury, something like that, with the amount of objective burn that they have. Um, Maybe looking for a gold fury at sort of the 10-minute marker. What are you thinking, Omega?
Um, I'm thinking that they've got a lot of objective burn. I'm thinking they haven't got much objective secure. So it's if they do decide to go for it, I think it could be a close one. Or they at least need enough wards on the map to make sure that they know what, such as Snow is on the other side of the map, so they cannot take it. Oh, this is
Oh, and a
juicy.
good engage onto Fapids. Fantastic River's Rebuke, and i7 is able to get the kill for that. Did see the E-Shell ult come out as well. Yeah, fantastic emoji roll there to lock in the knocks. Whilst does have the Lotus Mask and Prophetic Cloak, is still a mage, and at this point in the game is going to be very squishy compared to a Guardian with the natural protection scaling and the health and things. So yeah, needs to be careful when sort of going through the jungle still. Unfortunate to fall there. As we see a gank onto the duo side now, both junglers have turned up, and Chuck is not winning this fight. I was super low. Varus, oh, he's able to blink out, my lord. And Maestro now needs to be careful, but looks like he's going to be safe under his tier 1 tower. We do see Fapids coming in, but not sure if anything's really going to happen here. And yeah, very low health bars across the board there. Chuck very lucky to get out, but a good blink. And we see Rapids engaging onto i7, but Maestro does decide to roll in. No more follow-up, no more damage. It is just lacking the
What's
damage
going on?
only with Devos.
Susanoo's back. He's decided to turn up.
He did back and then run straight back to dual lane as we see a rotation in from both mid laners as well. The Noxop does come out. Fabrics is super low. He's kind of dashes in, but it's just able to get out on the horsey horse. Demon does manage to pick up Chuck. Nereus is chucking hot dogs everywhere.
I'd have gone you.
Royne's just come in from somewhere. He's going horsey mode now. Maestro is about to probably fall down. Does get the stun. And Roynes is able to clear up that kill. Now we're looking at a Gold Fury, unless Nereus has anything to say about it. Bees come up from the Baba Yaga, no mana, not much health. Varus is chasing, also no mana. They don't get Nereus, unfortunate. But yeah, they turn away to the Gold Fury.
They burn the Gold Fury. Ah, they burn it too quickly.
Yeah, the attack speed stim and prot shred built into their kits on you and Cernos with the built-in penetration and also heavenly banner, of course. It just burned through objectives ridiculously quick. I think there's something they're really going to play around.
Yeah, I mean they should. I mean, what Hatchy support? Surely. Just the attack speed buff. Like you said, they just shred objectives. I mean, I thought they were calling it a close call. Ooh, nice.
Gank on the duo side. Maestro is able to pick up Demon. Beads do actually come out from Maestro, so a little win there. Demon opting to hold on to his beads. Probably agree, don't see him ever actually managing to live there, even through beads. So good heads up play there. And maybe, Varus might be looking over to the duo side to take advantage of that lack of beads from Rama.
I mean, he should. I think well, Rama still goes ult, so I think he was quite safe using his beads against the Sun. But if he uses, I mean, if he gets knocked up by an E-Shell, I think that guy's just dead. Or he should be, at least. But he's going to play it quite safe. There you go.
Varus is here, ready to party. Rama does go up into the air, but i7 has turned up and Rivers Rebuke come out just to secure this kill. Maestro is low and looks like he will fall here to Varus. Now 2-1 on the eggshell jungle. He's doing well, and but in return, actually, Kittens look to pick up the Pyromancer, and it does look like it will be for free. Rapids is being chased down. Horrific comes out, and the mounted archery. Eggshell ult comes out. PC Colada is able to finish off that kill. But the Pyromancer does fall to Kittens. Again, 2 for Pyromancer. Gold is relatively the same. It hasn't moved. Very, very close.
Yeah, I mean, one team's taken objectives, the other team's taken towers, another team has rotated for objectives, but someone else has just farm lane. What's going on?
Neris is getting ran down at his own speed buff. Chuck is trying to close that mess up, but is falling down low. Is having to retreat back. Does manage to get the kill onto Varus, which was a 2-0 shutdown. So how this new comeback mechanic works is he gets a little bit more gold than normal, and I'd say that's a win. As Roy's getting low, does fall down. This solo kill from just like Azza putting in the work. Yeah, Azza. Yeah, we know he's a strong solo laner. Unfortunately, Roy's there falling down, not respecting the damage from Cullen.
I mean, I think what is jump killed him,
Yeah,
and did quite a lot of damage. What's going on? Man, no engage.
A little scrap over the oracles, but Eric's looking for more, maybe looking to steal the green buff. I think he did. Good little heads up play there from the Baba Yaga. Yeah, and the oracles are secured by Kittens. So Kittens definitely aren't sort of afraid to fight back and go for these neutral farms, go for these invades, despite, you know, the kills being in favor of Pikachu. And we can see a few different build paths coming out from these solo laners. Obviously, we mentioned the Bluestone before. Bonyu going more towards that healing route with Lotus Sickle, or standard build. We see the Contagion coming out as well from Cullen item. We don't see that much anymore, although definitely a good item into this team. Chair 2 has disappeared.
Oh, no. I'm looking at the Cullen's build. He's gone Heartward. Surely it's a good item, but is it good for... It must be good for solo. I saw Sped using it too. So I'm in my own world.
Supposed to be chair 2 caster, mate. Come on.
Sorry. My bad. What was the question? Go on.
I can't even remember at this point.
It's fine. No, Gold Fury fight, go. My
Gold
bad.
Fury fight. Chuck's getting a little bit hammy salami on Royans. Does just look to back off as just like Azza jumps in and gets a huge. Oh my god! Combat pause.
Combat pause.
Oh, that's points.
That's points. And the chat's and PC has licked the wall again. Right.
Yeah, unfortunate timing on the pause there. As we get back, and Royans is 1 HP. Does he fall down? Maestro, he hits all 3. Call him the American sniper. He's going crazy. And look for Kittens to come back onto the Primal Fury. With a 2-man advantage. Actually, PC Colada fell down there. Unfortunate. But Pikachu eSports are able to steal it away. Criminal. i7 does look like he's going to sort of try and back out.
eShell should be dead.
Demon goes a little crazy. Manages to pick up Maestro DC. So that's a pretty big win there at least. But that is still 3 deaths. No, 4 deaths in total. No, 5 deaths in total. I'm capping. Point just fell down at the beginning of all of that. So that's the whole team's worth of deaths for Gold Fury and just Maestro.
Yeah, I mean, I think Pikachu eSports took a massive toll, but they stole it. Surprisingly, I mean, they're the team which shouldn't have the secure. So I think maybe a bit of a misplay by Kittens there, but It's fine. They took, they redeemed it by killing him. So I'm sure they're happy.
Yeah, we see a slight gold lead now, only just sort of under 1k, so it's not really anything to scoff at. We do see a healthy XP lead though, granted. So yeah, nearly 5k, so that's got to be quite nice. Yeah, it's basically a level, 2 levels across sort of jungle and mid solo. This Susanoo, sorry, is 5-1, so clearly showing maybe that win rate that Susanoo has isn't
I'm
quite
telling you,
correct. What are you telling me?
that Susanoo's cracked. I love him, but he doesn't. I don't know why he's not winning. 12%. I'm still shocked.
16.
16. Okay.
Give him credit where it's due.
A little bit better than I thought.
Yeah, nothing too crazy with the goal differential though. So Pikachu eSports definitely still in the game, and maybe looking just to farm up a little bit more, catch up in the XP department. As we see now, a 2-level lead actually across solo and jungle nearly. Maybe looking just to farm up a little bit more, then look for some objectives. Use that pressure that they have from the comp that they've drafted around these objectives and extend or create a lead and extend it. As we see Maestro getting aggressive on the duo side. Chuck blinks in and is able to finish off the kill. Maestro is able to finish off the kill. Wild Hunt does come out, so that's an ultimate down on the side of Pikachu eSports. But again, even holding on to those relics, choosing to hold on to them rather than
Okay.
I think the Hachi's DC'd. Again, yeah.
Yeah, he has DC'd.
No pauses come out this time.
going on?
Varus jumps in onto Nereus. The ultimate does come out. Does a ton of damage, but I don't know if it's going to be quite enough. Varus is chasing through the tower and really wants this kill. And then F6
What?
comes out from Pikachu eSports. Unfortunately, I'm guessing DC'd. Unfortunately, the game ends that way.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. Do we have a game 2 production? Okay, there's another.
Right.
Cool. Fantastic. Should we hit it to a quick break? Let's do that. Welcome back, everybody, to Galarius Smite League. And as you can see, Kittens have taken game one due to an F6 from Pikachu eSports. Unfortunately, PC Colada could not get his PC to work. So, unfortunate there. But as we go into game number two, is there anything you can really argue to change in picks and bans when the game didn't really play out, Omega?
Picks and bans. I mean, not necessarily. I think it was a very close game. Bit too bad on the mid laner, which I was told, by the way, they have swapped out. Turns out his PC didn't work. Stopped working. So they gave, yes, they've put in a new mid laner. But it was a very close game last game. So we'll have to see. Maybe they ban out the Susanoo. It kind of did really well. So we might see a Susanoo ban. Do they? Well, they're banning Thor. That wasn't, if I believe, that wasn't in the last bans, which is quite interesting.
But Nox was banned away by Kittens. So
really?
They first picked it, and they clearly don't want Pikachu eSports to have their hands on the Nox.
Yeah.
That's interesting. They're definitely valuing the Nox very, very highly. It's one of these picks where definitely sort of top three for every team, and some teams think was worth top banning, top picking first. And then we see the Hell again, a similar sort of story, like we said, banned away by Pikachu eSports. Is there anything highlighting, anything standing out to you that you want to see Pikachu eSports first pick?
I mean, the Hatchie's open. I think you should just pick up the Hatchie. It's a solid AC. Make sure the other team doesn't get him. I mean, they've more or less done the same bans. Surprisingly enough, they did ban the Nox, so I guess they must highly rate it. But yeah, as I've just said, they're just going to pick up the Hatchie, right?
Yeah, Hatchie's being hovered here. It is Krakito and ADC for Pikachu now. So yeah, definitely a pick that he has played before and enjoys. So yeah, will be interesting to see how he performs on the Hatchie man. Demon, that wasn't Demon. So it was PC Colada was having a good time with it in the mid lane for the most part until his PC collided. Kittens. Emoji hover here.
Behold,
I like that a lot.
Fury.
I think the emoji did go pretty huge for, I think it was Pikachu.
You will regret getting in my way.
So taking that away, but obviously it's probably the strongest support open still now. So definitely really like that pick.
Yeah, I mean, so Kittens banned the Nox. That's what Kittens had last time. So to pick up the Emoja, maybe sets them a bit back on the supports. They've still got Terra open. We'll have to see where they go. But the Emoja Rama really two picks, honestly. But if we're looking at Pikachu eSports, they've got the Hatchie first top pick, and now a Fenrir. That's interesting. I think Fenrir absolutely destroys Emoja. Emoja finds it very hard to peel for a Fenrir, or against the Fenrir even. So I think a very good pick into Emoja.
Friends to me.
But have a plan. Can be countered. So we'll have to see what Kittens choose. But again, another interesting pick. Pikachu eSports has picked up a Horus. Personally, I love Horus in ranked. I'm not too sure how he does in comp though. But he's not rated as one of the best, you know, the Umoja, the Nox, the Terror, but he is a very good support, on my opinion.
Yeah,
Our
Horus
deeds shall be
brings a lot of
written
mobility
in
to the
legend.
entire team with his ultimate, and also a lot of single target CC with that Prot Shred, the stun, the knock up. Similar to sort of Fenrir in a way with Ragnarok ultimate. There's a lot of single target lockdown and CC that Horus can bring, just a smaller cooldown. So yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that performs. I think Horus can be really, really strong in the right hands. The Guan Yu picked up again by actually no, sorry, not again. This time picked up by Kittens, taken away from Royns. Just like as obviously they did have a really good game on the Cullen, didn't manage to get the solo kill. So you know,
Yeah.
maybe just choosing the Guan Yu is just the stronger pick.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. So the Cullen beat the kind of smacked the Guan Yu a bit in lane. I did see that, but I gotta admit the Guan Yu did play quite well. He rotated a lot. He got to the Gold Furies and got a few good kills on the ADCs. So he definitely wasn't a bit lackluster in that field. So we'll just have to see. They were both very good. One played better in the lane, the other. That might just be down to gods. But we didn't get to late game. We didn't get to late game in the previous game, so we'll just have to see what each solo can actually bring to their team.
Yeah, choosing actually interestingly to ban away the Bologna over something perhaps like the Sun Wukong that we've been seeing rising up in the meta with the Transcendent Soul Eater builds. Seen a lot of that recently, but haven't seen much Bologna myself. But Kittens deciding, you know, don't want to play against it.
Some
Fair enough. They do decide to go back to the Baba Yaga for Nereus, who did have a good game. Can't say anything bad about his game. He did really, really well for what time we were in the game. And we see Hercules on the other side. A little bit surprising to see this get picked up so late as well. What about you, Omega?
I mean, Hercules, he just recently hasn't really been banned. So it doesn't particularly surprise me too much.
Time to burn.
Sorry. Yeah,
Oh,
he
that's a
hasn't really
routine,
been. He hasn't really been picked up much. Oh, sorry, banned. But he's a very good solo. He is still a very good solo. I think. Yeah, again, I love a bit of Song Kong, but Hercules is nonetheless very good. And an Agni pick in mid is also very, very good, I think. But interesting is that Kittens is hovering in Ao Kwong.
A
Haven't seen an
mighty
Ao Kwong in a
sword.
comp in a very long time. He's very reliant on beads. So that does make it quite interesting, especially against a Fenrir.
Yeah. I think
But
Alcong has a decent matchup into Fenrir. Correct me if I'm wrong.
no, you're
But
right. He does. But he's a bit weaker against him since Fenrir got the buff with the attack speed. So
yeah,
a lot of people do a lot more with his basics, and his power is a lot more on Fenrir. However, Ao Kwong, a little bit of lifesteal. If Fenrir just brutalizes, you just pop your two and you just burn him. You just absolutely bury that man. So the Fenrir should pick up some magical defense possibly to kind of offset that, but we'll have to see.
I think Pikachu eSports draft, personally, in my opinion, is the favorite here. They've got the Agni, which has that late game damage that is just out of this world. So much damage comes from the Agni at the moment. They've got that single target lockdown from the Horus and also the Fenrir, but Hercules has that sort of displacement, so they can sort of look to get these single target lockdown picks one by one, whilst the Hercules is diving and displacing the rest of the team. Is there a favorite draft in your opinion, Omega?
I think the draft is going to have to go to Pikachu's eSports. I think every single one of their picks is kind of best in their field right now. When it comes to kits, I mean, yeah, again, very good picks. Umoja, Rama, Guan Yu, top of the pick, Baba Yaga, very good still. I'm not sure about top, but very good nonetheless. Bit hard into Fenrir, but with an Aegis and all, you should kind of ruin him. But then the Ao Kuang, that's interesting. Like I said, I haven't seen it much in comp. We will have to see how that does.
Yeah, see, as we go into game 2, Pikachu eSports versus Kittens. And yeah, I agree. Chuck on this Ao Kuang, he does have a little bit of a question mark above his head for me with how the Ao Kuang is going to perform into this team. Do you expect him to get the ball rolling early or farming for the late game?
Let me have a look. It all depends on what the other team is rolling. Do they have beads or not, basically. I mean, from the looks of it, that Herc doesn't have beads. Neither does the Horus. I mean, Horus has got the CC so does Herc. But if I was this Ao Kuang, I'd be looking at Herc every single day. I think the Herc's made a bit of a mistake.
See a little bit of scrapping in the mid lane. Demon does fall low. Chuck getting aggressive again, but Varus is able to return the damage out. So again, early scrapping from these teams. Not afraid to get down dirty in the early game.
Yeah, that was quite impressive. I will admit, to put up the pressure against an Agni and a Fenrir in mid lane. As an Ao Kuang and a Baba, fair enough. I think fair enough.
See if that pressure lasts any longer as Nereus falls down. First blood. Chucky is able to return the kill onto Varus. He is looking to finish off the kill on Demon, but he's running out of mana. Demon turns around. Chucky is able to finish off the kill. Probably will have died there anyway, whether he turned around or not. Chuck 2-0 on this Ao Kuang already. Kind of like the perfect start you want from an Ao Kuang, you know, a late game, but typically late game pick.
Yeah, I mean, really good. Honestly, I'm a bit shocked. How did? Yeah, no. For an Ao Kuang. Oh right, okay. I've just been told the Fenrir dived the tower for his first death. I was a bit confused there. You're right. But no, perfect. It was perfect for the Ao Kuang. I mean, he's got 2-0 lead. He's going to be able to get that Doom Orb early.
There, Maestro Bead comes out. Horrific is used by iServant, nearly falling down there. And as we see, Varus ganking now onto Azza. Is Azza able to finish off the kill first? And he does another solo kill. 2 minutes 20 into game number 2. Just like Azza really putting on a showing here. And now we get action on the left side of the map. Fappets is falling low. Fighting all over the map. All a bit crazy at the moment.
Yeah, it's the Rama again. He's decided to stay on such low health. It looks like he's got pots, but my god, he was fighting that such low health though. Oh, what's the Horus doing?
Yeah, i7 looking for this kill. Is able to get the Maestro stepping up so far without beads, and again, he just getting out by the skin of his cock, honestly. So low. Playing with fire, this man. He really is.
He's using the bastions as cover. He's so low. Fair enough on him. He's got to get the farm. He doesn't want to miss a single wave, and I get that. But he's got it back. He's got it back at some point. He's back there. Perfect time.
I know that as an ADC player myself, it feels really bad to back before you have full devos. As Azza is getting low, Roy's trying to return the favor, but not able to. Azza knows his Hercules damage and he knows he needs to hold tower there. So good play there. Supposed to get out by Azza. And it's just to stay again. You know, these kittens, they like to stay on low health bars. He does choose to back in the end.
Yeah, I mean, I think this is what we were expecting to see. I think a Herc. Oh
my god,
what's
more
going
action. Fabids dies to Ragnarok ult. Nothing more to report there. And Krakito holds in onto Chuck. Ao Kuang is just trying to turn and burn, but does fall down to the -3. Cool. A big rotation in there from Varus. 4 and 2. 100% of Pikachu eSports' kills. Varus decided not going back to the eggshell this game. he's here to party game 2.
Yeah, I mean, this Fenrir is doing really well. I mean, the whole point of Fenrir is to, take the early and absolutely ruin and stomp, and he is doing that. He died a bit early, going 0-2, but I think that goes to show he was 0-2. He has just gotten 4 kills without dying in the within 5 minutes of the game starting. I think that Fenrir is an absolute menace. He's even ahead of the El Kwong right now, which hasn't finished his first item. That is going to set him back. But it just gives the Fenrir even greater lead.
They go for blue buff invade, but that's diving pretty far. Is able to get the stun onto Azza. Cavalry charge just come out. Oh, just able to finish off the kill. Varus is just, he wants that, man. Beads comes out from Chuck there. Beads there to save his own skin. I do notice one thing from this Fenrir, who's now 5-3, still 100% of the kills. He's gone Brawler's Beatstick first item, rather as opposed to sort of the Transcendence first item that we've seen from a lot of these junglers recently. That screams to me he's looking to get active early, and so far he has. Oh, as we see a gank on the Duo side, i7 a good horse assault there to get his ADC out of dodge. Fabid's still looking for a little bit more, but maybe just scaring them away, see if he can force any silly relics. Chuck has made his way over, but I don't think anything more is going to happen here. Without Varus there, I don't think Pikachu are getting a kill. This man is 100% of the kills.
Yeah, I mean, Varus is doing absolute tons of damage. It goes back to what you were going to ask me before. Oh, right. Right, I mean...
Not even finished.
Oh, Agni, come on. You should have given it to the Fenrir, surely.
Still going to get aggressive on the left side. Krakito is able to stop Maestro's back with the mounted archery. Maestro does fall down there. Varus is able to get another kill. 6-3. He's a big, hairy dog. Surrender vote has come out. Let's go.
Wow.
Break it down for me. How big is this big, hairy dog?
This big hairy dog is big. Yeah, it goes down to the kind of... So a lot of people are going trans right now. But this man knows exactly what he wants to do, and he's pulling it off. He's going for the early game as a Fenrir. Normally he goes... Oh, the Alcong's messed up.
Oh, Chuck is able to finish off the kill. Yeah, this Fenrir looking for a kill a minute, so within this next 15 seconds, he's going to be looking for another kill, I suspect.
Oh,
as we see Kittens picking up the Gold Fury. Definitely could be a bloodbath here, as Demon is around, is away, he does have the bombs, but isn't able to steal it away. Kittens are able to secure it. Fapid's falling really low. Nereus does ult in. Varus does clean up Fapid's in the back line. Nereus has just ran at them and is going silly, crazy house mode. He's able to kill... Oh, Maestro, sorry, is able to kill Demon. Get the credit for that kill with the Astral Barrage. Varus maybe looking for a little bit more. Knows the low health bar is on Chuck, but has turned his sights to Maestro. Maestro needs to be careful here. This is a very hairy big dog. Oh, and he died.
Oh my gosh. He's died for it. But still, my God, how much is his basics hitting for?
My man is Hydra's finished. He is 2 items in. He's feeling good right now, I bet. Yeah, he has more items than anybody else in the game.
I mean, he's gone for the early game, like I've said. A bit surprising he hasn't gone for Jotuns. However, I don't hate the Brawlers, because honestly, I think Brawlers absolutely ruins right now. It's really strong. And well, as he's showing, it's working. Not sure how the Fenrir would do too much late game. I'm hoping to see the Alcon actually really show off there. But nonetheless, I say that the Alcon is 4-1. You know, we've been paying a lot of focus on this Fenrir going 8-4, but the Alcon
is doing very well, going 4-1.
That is true. There is almost sort of battle of the junglers at the moment in terms of the KDA department. Whilst Varus is sort of stealing the show with the amount of action he's been involved in, Chuck said 4-1. It's not bad. It's bloody good. So
Keeping up. And he's
that
just
is
bought a full
good.
Desos as well, so he's definitely not behind.
As Varus, let's get aggressive again. As it does ult and is low. Varus does beat the stun from the cavalry charge. Varus should be able to finish off this kill and eventually does. So 9 and 4 in 10 minutes is Varus. It's getting a little bit crazy, a little bit stinky. Yeah, a lot of action for 10 minutes into a game.
Ah, he's holding the wave. Dirty.
He's holding the way. I stood moving a point there, ulting, securing his level 11 before Krakito is able to. Absolutely styling on my man for holding a wave. Great play from Maestro. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, he deserved it. Yes, great job, Maestro.
I hate people who hold wave.
It's not really my cup of tea. Oh, I've got an Alquang.
Yeah,
Not ruined anyone.
Does decide to freebeats the driving strike that never happened.
There you go.
Is able to execute Royns. Yeah, that's what you get for not going beads against Nao Kwong, unfortunately. Despite him being a typically late game god.
He hasn't gone beads.
He didn't go beads, no.
That's yeah. So right. So the Hercules has picked up a Sunder as a second. If I'm the Salcong, I'm looking for this Hercules. Honestly, maybe not even target the backline too much. Just wait. Kind of help your own backline. Kind of start ruining him. Ult him. Then go on the backline. Right. That should be a free kill. If they play it right.
Yeah. Also, gang coming out, and Krakito is able to get the kill onto Maestro there. You get the credit for it. Looks like tier 1 tower is going to go down as well. And Pikachu eSports posturing around this Only Fury now, looking to extend their lead. A 1k lead at the moment, but man, it's a good god for burning objectives with the Heavenly Banner. Doesn't look like Kittens are even going to bother to step up to it.
I don't think they know that it's happening. Not a single eye. Not a single eye over there. I think they might have picked up on something when a Herc walked into mid lane. Bit of a waste of rotation, however, a bit necessary. I would have said it was necessary.
Yeah, being there just in case for insurance purposes. As Maestro is looking to get aggressive onto the big hairy dog that is Varus. But ducking and weaving, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a dodgeball, and Varus is showing that off right now. Is able to get out absolutely fine.
Oh.
As we see more action in the mid lane, and Varus getting aggressive onto Nereus this time, who is able to get the leap off, but his solo shot gets a huge shutdown kill onto Varus there. Now 6-1 on this Alcon, who is stealing the show a little bit as well. He's looking strong here, and that was a big shutdown kill. That's going to be a lot of gold.
The huge shutdown kill. I think the Fenrir hasn't died in quite a while. Like I said, the Salcon was nothing to scoff at. He's going 6-2. Nope, he's 2 cracked.
Krakito getting absolutely murdered in the mid lane. Nereus wants to finish off that kill, but he does force out the mounted archery. Royns has rotated in from the solo lane. So it's just like Azza, and just turning off the team whilst Chuck looks to secure this Pyromancer. Royns is able to pick up a kill in the mid lane. Nereus falls. That was with the Herc Boulder, I believe. So
yeah,
good little kill there. Obviously losing out on the Pyromancer, which is unfortunate, but they looking to chase down Chuck at his speed buff, the poor man. And Varus is able to clean up that kill. just like as it does go in, but I think he might have taken a little bit off, a little bit too much that he can chew. Varus jumps in again. He doesn't miss these stuns. The ultimate, the beads comes out from the Fenrir, and he's chasing
Oh my
Varus
God.
under the Phoenix. The amount of damage from this Fenrir is absurd.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. I mean, that was against Umoja, of all people as well. Though, you know, she hasn't stacked the
A
robe
whole lot of stacks
too
anyway.
much, but yeah, she's got the thieves, so she ain't got too many protections right now. Nonetheless, that was Umoja with a lot of health. So
Imagine
I,
maybe struggling for sort of protections for the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes with only 10 stacks on this pathetic cloak and two
oh, I
now.
thought it was fully stacked. No, two stacks. Ah, I
Yeah,
see.
2 stacks from Gauntlet. Only just bought it, so yeah, definitely not very tanky at the moment.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't be surprised to see Baba Yaga actually stack her pathetic cloak even quicker.
Yeah. What are we thinking? Are we thinking Thieves? Is Thieves gonna get stacked first, or do you think the prophetic stacks from Baba?
I'm taking Baba's pathetic stacks.
Come on, you mate. I'll take the emoji then. Come on, you mate.
Right, it's no more sort of objectives to play around, but that doesn't stop Varus. He's hungry for kills. He hasn't had dinner today, and he's looking for another kill. Neris trying to save his tier 1 tower, going beans mode. Chuck does go in, but Varus is still under the tower, ready to munch him up. Fafids does fall down to Varus as well with a double kill. And 13 and 5 we are at. And Varus isn't done there.
He doesn't
And he
care.
goes, oh, Neris is able to clear up the kill.
Oh, the heck! What a boulder!
Boulder. I servant. Oh, the heal to the
Oh my
Pikachu
gosh.
comes in from the side, ganking him from between his Phoenix and tier 2.
Just under.
Pikachu eSports rolling over Kittens this game. Kokito just sort of coming out of the dual lane out of nowhere and just showing it. He is the ADC of Pikachu eSports. He's ready to party. He's ready to play.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a misplay from Kittens. They decided to go on the Agni. I understand, but they walked past a 13 and 6 Fenrir, and completely ignored him. I was a bit shocked at that, and it really bit him because the Elkong dashed out, walked right into the Fenrir. The emoji walked for Fenrir. The Fenrir then owed him way. It didn't work out for them. They got ruined. It's been a bit messy, I think, in these mid fights. And I think Pikachu's are just coming up on top due to the raw strength of the Fenrir.
Yeah, I think Varus is just looking for a fight wherever he can get one. He is 4 levels up. No, sorry, 3 levels up. Bad amount.
2.
I was gonna say Gonyu. But now 2 levels up on Chuck, but that don't matter because Chuck's dead, boy. That's the back camps gone to Varus as well.
What's happened there?
Oh, that is a little bit unfortunate.
Okay.
Chuck was 6 and 1, now 6 and 4.
Yeah.
He just blinks in.
He's just.
He
But he's
doesn't
killed him.
change.
He's killed him. He's. Oh, maybe not.
Maybe not. Maybe surely.
Oh, he
does.
does. Oh.
And Neris
Oh,
is
he's
going
dead.
beans mode. Does manage to kill off Varus there. Snipes come out from Rama. Demon is forced to use the beads. But so is just like Azza, and Neris is able to finish off the kill, getting a double kill into this Baba Yaga, which is kind of big. Kokito has made a rotation in from the Juro side, but doesn't look like anything else is going to happen. May just suffice for this Pyromancer. That's a big win for Kittens, to be honest. You know, killing Varus and Demon there. I'd be happy with that. Not going back in.
Well, now it's not worth it.
Now it's definitely not worth it. Kokito chasing with the mounted archery is able to get that kill as well. Kokito just absolutely stunning game, overshadowed perhaps by Varus, but Kokito doing God's work, doing what the ADC should. 3 and 1 on the Hachiman, showing why Hachiman is the ADC game.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel kind of bad for Azza. he can't tank anything really at this point. He's quite severely underleveled compared to the Hachi and the Fenrir. I mean, to have the Fenrir then even have so much damage. It's fine. I'll take it over from here. Hey guys, I am now chair 1 and chair 2. Yeah, it's just I kind of feel bad. I kind of feel bad that there's just so much damage being dealt out. I mean, look at the Emoja, look at the Azza. The people who are meant to be tanking, they can't tank because there is just so much damage. And the Fenrir is level 20 at 20 minutes almost exactly.
Yeah, you've been
Yeah.
either farming well to be 20 at 20 minutes, or you're
Killing
15
like a
and
god.
7. And yeah, Varus is 15 and 7 at 20 minutes. Getting stuck in, that's for sure. As Pikachu Esports are looking to pick up this Fire Giant, does
They have
something
no
like
clue.
Kittens either are aware or just choosing to give it up? Maestro doesn't want to be here. Varus, it may as well be an ADC with how hard his autos are hitting. Yeah, that's done.
Oh my gosh.
Maestro using the Aegis there, unfortunately not realizing that he is dead no matter what. This hairy dog needs at least 4 people on him for him to die.
I'm a bit shocked about that. If I would have thought Azza would have seen the fire, because then I saw their whole team Kittens just walk to the other side of the map. But they must have seen the Fenrir clearing the waves. So at that point, if I saw that Fenrir away from the team fight, I would have just I'd take the team fight, you know, because I think they win it. If they don't have the Fenrir there, I think they win the team fight. Ooh, go on then, Fenrir.
Yeah, potentially. Obviously Maestro is a little bit behind on it compared to Krakito. Although he does have a tier 1 item over him, so maybe you're right that maybe the fight would have gone in their favor potentially. But nearly stacked that Gauntlet of Thieves. 21 minutes into the game, 22 minutes into. Once that's online, I think sort of quite a big, healthy power spike for him in terms of the prots. Really does need to try and focus on getting these prophetic stacks up though, because Varus is just going to tear through him otherwise. Now full build. And who was right, Omega?
Yeah, you were right. I can't. I mean, come on, Umoja. Come on, Umoja. What are you doing? Fapids? That's it. Fapids. Come on. What are you doing, man? Get in there and start farming.
With the fully stacked prophetic cloak. Neris obviously has a slight advantage with that house. What are you thinking Pikachu Esports are going to be looking to do with this Fire Giant?
How do we know how much longer they've got? It looks like
they have 50 seconds.
50 seconds. Okay. Wait, it looks like they're grouping to left. I would have said left. They got 50 seconds though. They're gonna have to make it kind of quick.
Yeah,
it's quite a
really
ballsy move.
Time.
They've still got the right tower. So, but this Fenrir is crazy.
Doesn't care. Maybe burn a little bit too much, then he can chew. Fapids is forced to and Neris is in house mode, chucking down his beans. But yeah, Hercules has got to sustain. Horus also able to sustain. I don't think Pikachu Esports is going to be looking for the extended fight with the amount of sustain that is on the side of Kittens. They are going to be looking to finish this off. Bomb does go down, and just as it loses his health so quickly, but snipes come out onto Demon and does take a lot of his health bar as well. Varus is still doing things in the mid lane, actually losing that 1v1 there, but does go big dog mode and is able to pick up Maestro DC, who falls down, and the lot of low health bars on the side of Pikachu, but are looking to carry the fight. Varus has got a double kill. He's still going, doesn't care.
Right.
And maybe looking for this mid Phoenix now.
Yeah, this is a bit. Fenrir, and the Alcong's just left. He's
The
just
Alcon's
farming.
out of here.
Oh, he's back
They're
in.
looking
He's
for
realised
they're looking for
they're about to
Ryan
lose.
now. Chuck maybe just sort of given up on his team. There he is
That's
back.
a free
Shell
hook.
has come out. Oh,
Get the
that's
hook. Get the horse. Get the hook. Oh, he's dead.
Rikito is able to finish
Oh.
with Chuck. Neris is able to pick up Eye Servant though, and Varus doesn't care about Titan. He wants the
Oh my
old
god.
woman and is able to kill the old woman. Neris did get a double kill there, so but Varus 19 and 7. What can we say other than he went big dog mode?
I
Gone a
mean,
little
I
crazy.
think his team played very well, but like, I mean, I did say, I told you at the beginning of the game, I said they don't have anything that can kind of cancel this Fenrir. I think this Fenrir was going to go big. He went huge. He did go bigger than I thought, but that's not the point. He went absolutely huge, and I don't know what to say. What's the
Yeah,
damage looking like?
top damage for his team, 27k. Yeah, he put on an absolute clinic there, playing Arena. Kokito, though, unsung hero, did a lot of damage, 24k, second highest in the entire game, just par of Varus, but also 4-1. Kokito looking like a really strong, or showing that he's a really strong ADC. We know he is. So yeah, sort of unsung hero there. He had a very silent but strong game.
Yeah, I mean everything just went to Varus, didn't he? Just had to just took everything really.
He was so
So
greedy.
like yeah, selfish play. Like I said, their team played. The Herc's gone 10, dished out a bit of damage. The Krikito. I mean 24k, even though the Fenrir is deep in there, that's really good. Nonetheless, even Damon dishing out the damage. Just anything to help out the Fenrir. Maybe does it happen game 3? We'll have to see. But that was impressive. Maybe a Fenrir ban to come.
Yeah, maybe. We are going to head to a quick break before game 3. It is 1-1, so go grab your refreshments, your popcorn, whatever you want to eat, drink, whatever, and we'll see you back here shortly. Welcome back, glorious Smite League fans, to Game 3 of Kittens versus Pikachu eSports. Again, I am Lockie, joined by Omega. Omega, anything you want to see differently from Kittens? Anything, and pick some bans or anything even in game that you want to see different?
A Fenrir ban. or Fenrir top pick. Something Fenrir, basically, because Pikachu played it so well. It kind of ruined their team. Either ban out the Fenrir, take the Fenrir, or counter him hard. It seems like they're gonna have to focus Pikachu's jungler. He did work for their team. Not saying Chuck did badly. I mean, he did really well actually. But Varus did absolutely marvelous. So we'll have to probably see maybe a few more jungler bans. But from the looks of it, it looks like they're just sticking with the same bans.
Yeah, it does look that way. Aphrodite is, God, Pikachu eSports continue to ban away, and I mean, I can't say anything against the UD team, I suppose, but Afro's doo-doo.
Yeah, I mean,
what do you think
how do you think I feel about chucking out my opinions? Like, I'm MD chucking like, this uni, nah, I wouldn't go Bluestone. Yeah, like, but Afro, I didn't think he was good. After the nerf, but I mean, Afro was still okay after the nerf. Didn't think she was that amazing or okay. But I mean, if you really imagine it,
the Fenrir ban though.
Yes, good job. I mean, they had to, didn't they? Really, get rid of the early game pressure. God, maybe a Pikachu or
I will
Willix.
spread night across this
Back to this knock
battlefield.
switch. they still value really, really highly. Nox actually a pretty decent pick in the Fenrir, if I'm not mistaken. Having 2 ways to cancel that brutalize, and also reduces damage, but choosing, not to maybe ban away Hatchy Man, something like that. But I guess Barris, he did seem a little bit unstoppable in game.
Yeah, I mean, I would say they picked the Fenrir because it was so good into the Moja pick they chose. Fenrir into a Nox, not so good. However, I am still quite shocked that Kittens refuses to pick up this Hatchy because the Hatchy picks done work. They really have. I mean, the Fenrir did absolutely amazing work, but the Hatchy wasn't far off on damage.
Yeah, it's just one of those cases where they kind of got stomped a little bit by the Fenrir, and it overshadowed what work Hatchy Man put in there. I think Hatchy Man, such a strong ADC, and Kakito getting his hands back on that pick, it could be deadly.
That's what I'm thinking, honestly. But they decided to also pick up a Hercules. I guess maybe picking a jungle a bit later this time, see what they're against. It's probably the good call. Hercules is quite safe. Surprised not Guan Yu though. Nonetheless.
Yeah. Obviously both sides preferred to go for Guan Yu over the Hercules last couple of games, but
I'm coming for you, laddie.
Always had a good game with this Hercules, and maybe Guan Yu hasn't actually won a game, so maybe looking to get away from that. We see the Merlin picked in with the Nox, a great combo, and the Emoja hover on the side of Pikachu.
Behold, Yemoja's fury.
Yeah, that's a pretty scary top 3 from Pikachu, I must admit. I do like the Nox and the Merlin from Kittens, synergy with the lockdown that Nox brings. Being static, CC'd in one place for such a long period of time, and Merlin's kit obviously being very static in a way. Cullen, I mean, just like Azza, had a fantastic game in game 1, but definitely seems like a comfort pick over a meta pick.
I was actually going to say that it almost seems like Kittens has gone back to their comfort picks from game 1. The Nox, the Cullen. He got the Guan Yu, might be a bit different against the Herc, but I think it's just the anti-heal he's kind of hoping for, and a bit of a comfort pick as well. So it should do pretty decent against the Herc, I'm thinking, and pretty decent against the Emoja, nonetheless. Interesting enough to pick the Emoja, though, not knowing Kitten's jungler's going to be. But the Fenrir is banned out, so they can't pick Fenrir this time.
Yeah, no Fenrir for Varus this time, but Kittens choosing to take away the Baba Yaga, which is the mid lane pick that they have chosen themselves for the last 2 games. Merlin for them this time for Nereus. So clearly valuing this Baba Yaga very highly in their sort of mid tier lists. But what are you sort of expecting to see here last sort of 4 picks, Omega?
Not too sure.
There's a lot open.
Yeah, there is a lot open. I mean, you've got a Kali and a Baxter ban, which is quite interesting, and a Ratatoska ban as well. Again, interesting. Pikachu needs a jungler and a mid laner, and I mean, Nejar's good. They've chosen Nejar. It's a solid. It's one of those junglers which I myself feel is a safe pick, because Nejar against any jungler is pretty decent, because you can almost when it starts getting to late game, you can almost just take them out of. You force out the beads, you force something out, ult them, they're dead. Even if yourself is dead, taking out that kind of key member is quite big for a team fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Heim dual locked in for Kittens. Pick that.
I've got your back.
Definitely been rising up in the meta quite a bit, and personal favorite of mine. In fact, such a great god in the 1v1. Got a decent matchup into Hatchy Man as well. Obviously, Hatchy Man being as strong as he is at the moment, you don't really want to be 1v1ing him. We see the Agni hover again from Pikachu. And I'm surprised that Kittens chose to ban away the Baba Yaga over something like the Agni here. It's such a strong meta pick. And Pikachu eSports get it for free at 10th pick.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure Kittens see the Agni as a threat. Not calling out anyone out. But he did go 1-3, so maybe they're getting a bit of thinking they can deal with the Agni. Though I am more interested in the Loki pick.
Yeah.
Not too sure if that's gonna work so well. Honestly, I think Nejar is probably, I think, should just beat the Loki. Honestly, the second he's visible, stash him. You have the advantage. If he ults, you then ult. Not too sure.
Yeah.
I think he's probably just looking at getting some picks, getting some big damage, getting maybe some CC to team. So hopefully Azza can pull out some big damage on the Kukulkan. But it's going to be an interesting game. As for team comp, I've got to go for Pikachu.
Yeah, team comp wise, I would definitely go towards Pikachu here again. I think they've just got such strong meta picks across the board. Loki, I think for Chuck, I think it's got to be a comfort pick. They've got the pressure on the beads across the board with the Nox, the Time Dual, and the Loki ult. But I think maybe something like a Humbats, who, fun fact, has the highest win rate in the entirety of GSL out of all gods at 87.5%.
Right.
So maybe Humbats is first pick.
Where? Where are you getting these numbers from? I know it's in the fact sheet, so it must be facts, but where? I haven't. Who's letting Humbats win, man?
As we go into game 3, and Omega contemplates his decisions, Varus has indeed dove the tower and died to tower, stat padding his deaths. I don't know. No problem.
That's what he did last game. I was extremely confused. Right. Okay. So. Okay.
I didn't even do that.
Yeah.
Amazing. Yeah. So anything crazy across the board? I think Blue Stain again from just like Azul and this Kukulkan.
Azul. Why?
Going for it again. Maybe something we don't. I'm no solo laner. I'm no upper division player.
Right. What I do know though is if a Kukulkan gets tainted still with his anti, I'm pretty sure he can get some insane anti-heal numbers.
100%, yeah.
Yeah, which completely cancels out the Hercules heal, which is probably going to be the number.
Ooh,
the
Nejar's getting aggressed on.
What's going on?
Mid lane, and Varus just again 1 kill a minute, no problem. Don't need Fenrir. Give me Nejar. All right. He's already got a kill. Sub 1 minute. He's already got a death minus a 0. So he's ready to party again in game 3 here. I think Kittens need to be careful that Varus doesn't get out of control again.
Yeah, this is a bit. I don't know. It's a bit ridiculous. I wouldn't have expected a Nejar to get killed. What's going on?
Varus just styling on my man. Chuck needs to be careful because I7 and Demon have rotated to a green buff at 1.5 minutes. As we see a gank onto the duo side, but looks like they're aware, ready to get out of dodge. I will secure the shield buff.
Oh,
and a gank again.
Oh my gosh.
Beads come out from Merquois. I probably butchered that. And Neris looking maybe to get aggressive onto Demon here. Chuck is around, only level 2 though, so they're just going to play Ring Around the Roses for a little bit. And Demon is going to get out. Ow.
Yeah.
Is there anything you want to see from either of these teams in the next sort of 5 to 10 minutes?
Them shutting down the Nejar.
Yeah.
Honestly, well, Yeah, it looks like Varus plays very aggressively. I would have probably hoped to see that them playing against that. But it's going to be down to the game style. I can't tell them right now, saying, well, look, Varus is playing super hyper aggressive. Counter him rather than try and play into him.
He's
But
looking for the blue buff invade, but maybe shouldn't be doing that. Pretty low. Royns is low himself, but is able to secure his own blue buff. And Demon has made a rotation over as well. Does dash onto just like Azza, but Royns trying not to get soloed third time in a row. Varus is able to get that kill 2-0, 100% kill participation again. No problem. Chuck needs to be careful here, but it looks like we're able to spy him out. So good blue buff secure from both teams, but just like Azza did down there.
yeah, I wasn't too sure. The Loki didn't seem to do any damage against the Hercules. I think he was a bit shocked as well. Oh,
Oh, Fapids is one shot. Will fall down eventually to Krakito. The Varus 100% kill petition dream is out the window as he gets aggressive onto Chuck and is able to get the solo kill.
Oh, he's missed! No, you can't! No!
It's all gone wrong from here.
Oh, what's he
Neris
doing?
is chasing, but Varus is just too fast with that speed buff, and he ults just to style on him.
No way.
Criminal
Oh, yeah.
effectively 3-0 Neja at this point is pretty huge already, and it's only 4 minutes into the game.
Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous. I mean, he's just looped around his speed, and there was nothing it could do against him. He got enough mana to get his ult. He's dashed out. He's gone. I'm honestly left a bit speechless. They need to shut him down. They need this pressure. The Loki. I don't think the Loki was the pick. I don't think it does much against the Najar. I don't think it shuts him down.
I suggested Hunbats, but he only just hit level 5 till now, so he'd still be 0-2. Probably could be even worse. Hunbats got the leap, but maybe not as slippery as Loki is with his stealth. Unfortunate so far for Chuck. He's struggling a little bit, faring up against Varus in this third game. But something we haven't touched on yet is just like Azza seems to have quite a lot of lane pressure into Royns throughout the set, in fact. Has done very, very well laning into. What's your thoughts there?
Yeah, I think it's the anti-heal. Honestly, I think Kukulkan does do better against the Herc than a Guan Yu. So probably a better choice. But when it gets to team fights,
Krakito getting aggressive. Sorry to interrupt you, but okay, no, there's nothing happening.
Yeah, don't interrupt me again. Yeah. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, like I think the Kukulkan's gonna win the lane, I think. But when it gets to team fights, I think it might turn around. Hert's gonna probably play a lot more. Or do a lot more for the team. Just gods, just based on the gods.
Pikachu eSports did just get the purple invade and are now picking up the gold fury. Doesn't look like Kittens are aware of it or want to step up to it. Are already a K down in 6 minutes. Make that 2K. So
2.5.
2.5. So it's looking rough for Kittens already. Pikachu eSports definitely shown up for game 3, not just Varus this time, but also the duo lane and well, everybody really. So yeah, I think this is looking like a very dominant performance that we have sort of come to expect from Pikachu eSports based on the names on their team and their week 1 performance.
Yeah. What I am actually quite interested in is Varus has gone Yeowans. So he's gone for the early game pressure, which, well, honestly, I think is a very good idea based on him and how he's playing. But I actually watched the SEC games recently, or watched a replay at the junglers in Yeowans, which I was quite shocked. But it looks like Varus has taken a page from their book, and well, it's doing him Wait, it's doing well. Really?
Definitely is. And it looks like he's going to breastplate of regrowth second item, which from ahead as well, he's going to be hard to kill once that item's finished. You know, when you're ahead and you
Yeah.
have protections, you feel unkillable.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that. That he should have picked that. I thought he should have just probably got that lead, just see it through all the way to the end. But then I think the Loki isn't the best at shutting the Neja down. But the second he gets this this regrowth, well, it's impossible to shut down by the Loki. So I think it could work either way. It's just different style of gameplay, I think.
Yeah, definitely. And anything we see crazy, we see the duo lanes actually got a healthy level lead, 2 levels in support, 2 levels in ADC as they look to engage onto iServant. Great little communication there between Kittens. iServant not really getting the chance to react, to be honest. Just walks around a corner and just straight up dies. Good heads up play from Kittens there. Sign of life, perhaps.
Yeah, that was good. I was quite shocked that they did something like that. They started almost looking a bit slow, but from that it looks like they've come up a bit, which is kind of what we wanted to see.
Even looks to get aggressive onto Fapids. Like game 1, is a little bit squishy on this Nox. Only got Gauntlet of Thieves. Hasn't decided to go for the Prophetic Cloak, worth noting there. No stacked Prophetic Cloak. Oh no, no stacked Gauntlet of Thieves, sorry, on a Nox support. This early into the game, you're going to be very squishy, so you have to be careful about those Acne bombs. While they're not hitting that hard, you kind of just do feel like a mid laner at this point.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was probably the right choice not going Prophetic, honestly, as a Nox. Just because you're against Varus with this early game pressure and his dominant. If he went, I think if he went Prophetic and Thebes, he wasn't. I mean, his protections were going to be non-existent in the game. But
I agree.
I think he's realised that he needs to wake up a lot earlier than just late game. So I think it was the right choice.
One thing I will point out though is the item diff in ADC at the moment. Could we get a look at Golden Hand, perhaps?
Oh.
Golden Hand. There we go. So yeah.
It's about 5.
Heimer's just spent it, but yeah, he's got a tier 2 item there. Rakito able to finish off Kittens already. And having fully stacked Devos, this Hachiman is going to be hitting really hard.
Yeah, this is a bit ridiculous.
He's 6 levels up on Fapids, man.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
yeah.
Gets the solo kill onto Chuck, I assume. And great Rivers Rebuke to lock down Nereus. Krakito gets the credit for that one, but really, it was probably all iServant there. Nowhere to go for Nereus, and looks like another Gold Fury, Primal Fury this time. Fapids sees Varus, thinks, oh my god, he's scary, runs away. Roy's putting on the her onto Azza, but solo lane, they just bonk each other. Another Gold Fury goes down. Pikachu eSports, quite a significant lead now. 4k gold. Yeah, do you see a way back in for Kittens? Do you see how is that way back in?
Looking at their team, I think they do have a shot at late game. I think the mid game is going to be very, very hard, but how they use this mid game is going to be, well, basically, it's going to be completely up to them. I think they need to let objectives go, but at the same time, they need to go for the other objective. They're going, if Pikachu decide to go for Gold Fury, they go for Pyro instantly. Look at maybe not going for the fight, but looking for the other objective and just get to late game without the least amount of loss. Because right now they're 4k behind, so they're very far behind already. and they must acknowledge that. So it's just about not losing as little as losing as little as possible to get to that late game. I think now.
Yeah, absolutely agree with you there. I think there's a few saving graces here for Kittens. First of all, I7 only has Nitro. Nair's trying to get the solo kill on a demon, not quite able to. But as I was saying, I7 only with the 4 stacks of Prophetic Cloak, so isn't actually that tanky yet. And the other saving grace is there is only 12 levels. So whilst Kokito might be hitting level 20 in 5 minutes time, and you might not hit it till 15 minutes time, you just got to survive until that point in the game. There's no going above level 20. So, yeah, I think that's a small win.
Yeah. Yeah, there's not really. I don't know. They just got to survive. That's really it. You've just said it all. They just got to survive. Get to level 20. Get your items max. Get your potions. Just get there. However you can. But I mean, I gotta give credit. Pikachu are doing exceptionally well. I mean, 13 minutes in, they've already done 2 objectives. 3 objectives. I'm not sure really what much more Kittens can do. Is
Yeah, they're definitely good at pushing their lead. That is for sure. You can see,
Yeah.
Going for these purple buff invades, not letting Kittens even have their own buffs. Hyam stepping up here. I'd be concerned doing that personally, but Varus is here. Does have the beads and ult away actually. Varus taking a bit more. Fappins gets the kill, but also, whoa, Chuck gets a kill onto Demon in the mid lane. The game suddenly sort of switching around a little bit. The lead hasn't really changed, but big shutdown kill from killing Varus onto Fapids. That's actually quite big. He's just gained 2 levels there.
Yeah, that was huge. Not sure if Nox was the best person to give it to, but it was given to someone. So, yeah, you take the win.
But I'd argue maybe the best, just because Nox was so far behind. He was sacrificing his farm for the team, letting the team try to stay up in XP or stay level in XP, but sacrificing his own farm for it.
But then you say that, but then sadly the difference in level between the ADCs right now 3.
Yeah, there's no saving that one. But Steven gets aggressive in the mid lane yet again. Just died, doesn't care. He wants to fight. Interestingly, now only a sort of 3 to 4k or 3.5k gold lead, but Roins is here for the Oni Fury now. Looking to get aggressive. Time needs to run.
Oh no.
Looks like he may be falling, isn't even able to get into the Bifrost. Varus gets the claim for that one. Fapids has come in, but probably regrets his decisions. Although Varus just can't kill this Nox. It is his kryptonite. Huge knock-up incoming from Azza, but does take some damage in return. Demon does take a lot of poke over the wall from Nereus, and Roins has come on the back. Does try to strike Chuck, but Chuck takes a lot of damage. Has to ult out. Kokito has ulted in the middle of 3 people. No care in the world. Does take half his health bar for it. A lot of low health bars, especially on the side of Kittens. And that's looks potentially like a free goal for her, unless Azza has anything to say about it. Nereus is still around here actually, and does step in, but does have to flicker away because Roins is putting on the hurt. Pikachu eSports do secure it. Does look like they can maybe force fight Azza. Roins does use the beads but misses, and Keto and the gang are chasing just like Azza, but good bit of peel from Fapids to prevent any more deaths. Whew.
Yeah, good job. Yeah,
Chuck
that was a bit of a. Oh
my god.
Right, and Varus
gets the kill on Nereus, and Varus does Varus down.
And a tower.
Power goes down. Break it down for me.
Oh, right, okay. So straight off the bat, Pikachu took a Kit's ADC. Obviously, great play because then it turned into a bit of a team fight. However, as you saw, Pikachu won the kind of poke battle. That's a given as they took out the ADC. Massive difference there. Which then Gold Fury, Merlin tried to steal. They took Hercules did very well warding him away, or pushing him away. Except you get what I mean. Which then they all went into the tower. Varus decided to W key in. He has done the whole game, got the kill as he does the whole game, and they took the tower, and that's where we are. That's
Great breakdown. 10 out of 10.
Thank you.
Chuck nearly falling down
Oh!
to Kokito. Kokito just turning around thinking, I've got that kill. Cool guys walk away from explosions. Unfortunately, there was no explosion, but Demon's here to finish it off. A blink out from Chuck.
Dash out.
This man's crazy. And he decides to back.
Why?
He's out.
On. Why is this Agony level 14?
That's a good question. Unfortunately, for Demon hasn't found the farm that Nereus has found. Actually, falling a little bit behind. Are we able to see the net worth? As Varus forces out the beads from Nereus, but Nereus is going a little bit crazy on the return damage. It does look like he's going to fall, but Varus is locked.
No shot.
In? No, he's not locked in. It's a friendly emoji. He wasn't able to get out. Caught by the knock. Vapid's great combo there. Are we able to have a look at the net worth potentially? That's lovely. Actually, interestingly, Nereus and Demon roughly about the same. They're not actually too much between them, but the main differential you see there is the ADC role with 2k in favor of Krakito, really showing that he is the #1 ADC according to the weekly summaries. So they're 100% right and foolproof.
I will defend. Who is it? Merqua. I will defend it. I have seen this Nejar in the ADC lane pretty much the whole entire game. He's just constantly around that side. So he's taken a lot of purple buffs that hasn't. So I mean the pressure. He just hasn't been.
Yeah, actually, we have seen some rotations over to the solo lane from Chuck. So trying to counteract that, but also trying to stay away from this scary Neja as much as possible is Chuck. Unfortunately, see Nereus now 0-3, but as we see another gank onto the mid lane, looking like an 0-4. Varus 8-3. Zoom in with his breastplate of regrowth. Chuck is around the corner, so he needs to be careful here. Oh, good look down there. Chuck doing a lot of damage, but a good Riptide from i7 to actually get out of the knock combo there. And an even better River's Rebuke blocks off the dash. And Az has made a rotation in, already regretting his decisions. Varus is just chasing. He doesn't care. He wants blood. And Azza needs to run for his life. Does get a 3-man ult from his knock-up. Varus still looking.
He's just W kid. Why is that man not dead? Loki? No.
It's the Kokito, and Azza needs to run away. Varus is getting away with murder. I feel like it's. Don't get me wrong. The rest of Pikachu's team has put on a really good show here, and i7 has had some fantastic Riptides and River's Rebukes, but I do feel like Kokito and Varus have just sort of said, "Yo, team, we got it from here. Don't worry about it." Right, and they've just done everything. They've done God's work. I feel like they could 2v5 right now. These two are on a whole new level. 100% of the kills. It's the jungle ladies.
Yeah, they really have done. What is he doing? Well, speak of the 2v5, like, oh my god, they've done it. They're doing it.
He's going a little crazy. Rapids Varus's kryptonite has locked him down. Kokito gets the credit for that. Now on a rampage. Narius 5-0. Kokito the double kill 6-0. Got a little bit crazy on the horsey horse. This is the 4th gold fury now to Pikachu eSports. God damn it, get a bloody fire giant. And Chuck is able to invade the red buff. Yeah, again, solid performance here from Keto and Varus. Eris, unfortunately, owned 5 on this Merlin. Hasn't had the same impact as he did on Babby. Again, Chuck is caught out invading a speed buff. Varus sees red. You ain't getting out with my speed buff, boy. And Chuck does ult away, though. Looks like he might be able to escape. Varus, I don't see him ever giving up the chase after losing a speed buff, but apparently he's...
Is that Nejar roll? He does have Nejar. Oh, the guy. Or not. I'll shut up.
Need to. This is why you're MD.
Yeah, that's why I'm MD. I would have ulted and then got the kill, but then I would have wasted it, obviously. For the team fight.
Obviously.
MD mind.
MD mind. Pikachu picking up the fire giant here. They're only actually 6 to 7k above Kittens. It feels like a 20k lead, doesn't it?
It does. Well, no, I mean, well, that's just harsh, but yeah, kind of. I think Kittens has done very well farming wise. I mean, the Loki's level 20, even though Varus done absolutely amazing. So, you know, they've done really well. I mean, the Merlin's been ahead in level against this Agni the whole game. Though Agni has come up on top all of a sudden. Good job. But yeah, it does feel like the lead is a lot shorter than what almost it feels like. But Pikachu's now has a fire, so they're most likely going to look at this left-hand side, get the Phoenix, if they can. They've got the Hercules. So this is where I was saying the difference in the gods is probably going to come out. The difference between Cucullin and Hercules in this team fight, and that is not a good fight for you.
Yeah, Pikachu eSports have finished off a lot of their starter items now. Only one starter item remaining to finish off from Demon on the Agni. Whereas across the board, well, they've actually got 3, which is pretty decent. Yeah, you haven't got the ADC or Himes upgraded cow yet, so I'm wondering if he's going to get it now. He's backing now. Quite a big power spike here, but he might actually choose to finish off the pen from Titan's Bane. Yeah, there we go. Just realizing that he's got to shred through these protections of Varus now with Stone of Binding last item, so it is very tanky. But as we see some poke coming out from Narius, Alan's such a good god. In the defenses, Varus already taken half the Phoenix's health there. 4-1 split. 3-2 split. Which one do you prefer, Omega?
I'm not really sure. I mean, I would have just gone 5 all the way down the mid, but this jungle and then kind of push in the mid.
LD brain.
Right, let me explain first. Right, don't jump to that. Nah, what I was gonna say is 5 down one side, mid jungler pushing down the mid lane. Right, forcing the minions in, kind of wavering in. But as a jungler, it's not exactly easy to try and hit that Phoenix. Because normally
Shot
someone
goes in,
over.
Kokiso just melts him, but such a good River's rebuke from i7 saying, no, these 2 bitches ain't carrying me, I'm carrying them. And Demon is able to get the kill onto Just Like as a huge kill there. Only 1 tank remaining and only no tanks remaining. Looks like Heim's gonna fall Varus now. 10-3 in the measure, and Narius is so low. Does get the kill there as well.
No, let me finish. Let me explain myself before it ends. Otherwise, I'm gonna think I'm LD.
There is the game. Big eSports take the set. Unfortunate to lose out on the game 1 there due to a DC. May have wanted to keep their 100% win record, but it will be hurt and will be recorded in the league standings, unfortunately for them. But nevertheless, 2-1 win, they still get the W.
I've seen some chats and Omega's It's so stupid. No, you didn't let me finish. No. I was gonna say junglers don't normally able to push the Phoenix, but Varus is a different breed because he just W keys. Done. There you go. Right.
As we have a look at the end game stats, Varus, yeah, again, top damage. Had an absolutely great showing. Nearly 9k healing from the Emoja. Those silent stats that just didn't really see too much of in game. Yeah, I think again, Kokita and Varus just had such a standout performance. Ruins again, Demon still did his part. Yeah, really, really strong, dominant performance from Pikachu Esports again. And I think we're going to have a quick look at the new league standings now, just to see where these teams now are. As you can see, Pikachu Esports back up joint top now. Skull Kings getting a 2-0 victory in this week's set. So our joint first place, Kittens just in fifth now. So yeah, Pikachu Esports maybe looking to reclaim their first place spot next week if they are able to get the 2-0. But we'll have to see. I've been Lockie, and I've been joined by the one for Omega.
Hey.
Production, Soul Slaw, thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you next time. Thank you very much.